Hey guys, welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A. I am Coach A, and this is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys at home in gym quality coaching and workouts for your at home or garage gym needs. Now, it is Tuesday, December, what do we got, the 8th? Christmas is closing in. Tuesday, December 8th, we are on day number 268 of our At Home Fitness programming series, and one of the big things I've been hearing from you guys recently is that you would like more workouts that can more easily be done and challenged for in-house scenarios because it is getting much colder and more wintry here in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's not always conducive to make it out to a gym for some open gym hours or even to the garage gym or getting workouts done outside. So with that in mind, we're going to hit a longer upper body focused workout today that's going to have a lot of max effort body weight gymnastic movements in it. So without further ado, here is what we're looking at for today, guys. A 32-minute alternating EMOM. Now, this might get a little convoluted, so make sure you guys stick around and check out the demos, and I will demonstrate and explain it again so it's a little easier to understand. So a 32-minute alternating EMOM. The first minute, you guys are going to do 20 lunge hops right into max effort handstand push-ups with whatever time is left in that minute. Second minute, see a minute work, minute rest here. The second minute is going to be a rest minute, so you should be able to recover going into that third minute. The third minute, we're going to have that same max effort set of handstand push-ups, or max effort, not necessarily a set if you guys come down and go back up on the wall. But it's going to start with 10 or 15 tuck crunches. Then we're going to have a minute rest, and then we're going to go back into the lunge hop round, minute rest, and back into the tuck crunch round. The goal here is that you guys are doing about 30 seconds of work probably on the lunge hops and the tuck crunches. So you have about 30 seconds of work for the handstand push-ups. Now, obviously that's going to be a lot of handstand push-ups for most of you. And most of you probably are not going to be capable of handling that. So we can always scale back those handstand push-ups range of motion wise, things like that. Or we can start to adjust and adapt down to different movements as we need that scalability. So one of the things I want you guys to have in mind is a plan here. I can go from handstand push-ups to maybe a hand release push-up or just a regular push-up. I can maybe put an angle in there, a 45-degree angle, push my butt up and back, and I can hit that going into a push-up. So there's a scalability method so that when the handstand push-ups go, you guys are able to make that transition smoothly, quickly, and accurately, and be able to keep on moving through the workout. One of the other things you guys could do is have some dumbbells, and I'll demonstrate this as well, and be able to put yourself in a Z press type position. All right, so seated on the ground doing those dumbbell overhead presses. It can be a strict press. You guys can be on the knees, you can be standing. It doesn't really matter. An overhead press is what I'm looking for here. So if I was going to do this workout right now, one of the things I would do is have two setup scales. I would go from handstand push-ups to Z press with the dumbbells to a regular push-up so that I'm maintaining my overhead pressing mechanics and my overhead range of motion before I make that transition to do a horizontal press, okay? What's it look like to me when I'm gonna make that transition? Well, I'm probably gonna get to the point on my handstand push-ups and then arguably on the Z press similarly, that I'm falling apart mechanically, and that is going to create a scenario where I'm not really gonna get any more benefit out of those reps because I'm doing so much work just to try and hold myself in position to complete those reps. The effort tends to not be worth the outcome at that point. So let's make a transition down in scalability and be able to keep moving and keep collecting reps that will be beneficial to us. Hey guys, welcome to 2020 in a workout. Have that backup plan ready. We're going to start the first working minute here with our 20 lunge hops, going a little slow so I can have time to speak to you guys here at the beginning. Let's just make that assumption, okay? So 20 total, 10 each side. Make sure we're hopping from one to the next. I like to pump my arms through as I'm driving my knees back and forth, as long as I'm not going to smack them off the dresser there. All right, pop the shoes off just to make sure Sarah doesn't kill me for dragging my feet up and down on the wall. So essentially what should be happening here, guys, is I'm going to try with the time left in this minute to complete as many handstand push-ups as possible. For the video, I'm just going to do a set of 10 so it's clean and concise. But technically now that minute has expired and I'm now on my minute rest before starting the next minute, which will be the tuck crunch and handstand push-up. As I said, have your backup plan in order. Almost everybody, if not everybody, is going to make a transition from the handstand push-up to a horizontal press or maybe a weighted overhead press of some kind that's going to be easier to complete and not quite as dangerous being upside down on the wall here. So 15 tuck crunch. Remember, this movement is from a hollow position at extension to that crunching knee to chest type position. I think knee to elbow, possibly on a pull-up bar. We're trying to maintain tension. We're never releasing the abdominal tension. We're just crunching and then extending. Now I'm going to hit my, with the time left, my handstand push-ups. Basically just going to finish it out here with 5. And then don't forget we have a minute rest before going back to the lunge hop and handstand push-up round. Stay tuned for movement modifications. Alright guys, we're here talking about modifications for today's stuff. I mentioned the Z press earlier. Legs straight on my butt, upright torso, legs are open about 90 degrees or so. This is going to prevent me from doing a lot of compensating through an arch in my spine. It's going to make me stay in a more vertical stacked position for my press. So that Z press is going to be with a dumbbell in each hand. You guys can use a barbell, you can use kettlebells, it doesn't really matter. It's a strict press with the inability to compensate by putting an arch in your spine. All right, we have this. We have the option of going to a push-up. All right, I talked about the pike position to find a 45-degree angle. Essentially, that's going to be very similar to a down dog position. I'm going to lower the forehead down and then press myself up, back, and through. And what essentially that's going to do is turn, or as well as really be a hybrid between an overhead press and a chest press. So think bench press, think strict press. This is more like an incline bench press, so to speak. Okay. We can also take those dumbbells if we need to. Let's say we get to the point where our core is pretty shot. It's very difficult to hold ourselves in a good position. We can get to the point where we take those dumbbells and we do a floor press or a bench press if you guys have a bench. Now, with the tuck crunch, if I get to a point where I'm just not able to sustain the effort and the difficulty of the movement of the tuck crunch, specifically if it's causing me to break down when it comes to bracing my core on the other stuff, I would rather honestly see you guys do an ab mat sit up or just a straight floor sit up versus a hollow rock type position or something along those lines, because that hollow position is going to be a little bit more of the bracing fatigue that you're getting from the tuck crunch. That's going to negatively affect the other movements a little bit more. The ab mat sit up is going to give you the core work, keep the speed high, keep the intensity where we want it without creating something that's that much more resistible, but also allow you guys to keep moving without the compounding fatigue, let's call it. Now, on the lunge hops, if we run out of steam and we're not able to keep pushing ourselves, or if the lunge hops are spiking our heart rate too much and we're not able to translate that into getting reps on the wall for the handstand push-up, I want to see you guys alternate your lunge steps. Forward, push back, forward, push back. If you're shortening them a little bit at the top, for the sake of this workout, I don't care as much, because I want to see you guys keep moving. I want you to be able to get done with those reps in 30 seconds. Another adjustment that you guys can make here is, if you notice you're not finishing the first half of these reps in 30 seconds, just treat those 30 seconds possibly like an AMRAP. Cut yourself off there, take a couple breaths, make your transition to the gymnastic movement or the push or the lift or whatever that's going to be for the second half of that minute work. And then don't forget, you guys get that full minute rest afterwards. So try not to hold back very much. Give yourself a movement that you're going to score that allows you to keep working, as opposed to one that's going to cause you to have to really hold yourself back and slow down. So scale it if you need to get the reps, guys.